Wow. You look fantastic, graduates, I gotta say, absolutely fantastic. Chancellor Patton, President Gertler, Victoria University President, Vice Chancellor McEwen, distinguished members of the Platform Party, family and friends of the graduates, and most importantly, the class of 2024. I'm honored, yeah, you could cheer a bit, you deserve it. You deserve it. I'm so honored to address this year's graduating class and very proud to receive an honorary doctorate of laws. It's perhaps ironic that I'm up here addressing you when I wasn't the one who spent the last 3 or 4 years toiling on term papers and writing exams. Yet that's the way it is. But in all seriousness, I'm delighted to be here and so excited to celebrate your accomplishment. You are the future leaders of our country, and that makes me feel that this is such a very special event. Seems just like yesterday that I was seated just where you are, feeling the excitement mixed with a lot of trepidation that many of you no doubt are feeling as you finish this particular phase of your life and begin the next one. But I believe that you should feel a real sense of optimism. Why? First of all, you've received a great education from this fine institution. You may have seen the latest Maclean survey of Canada's best universities by reputation. In it, U of T placed first in highest quality, most innovative, best overall, but it also took top key spot in another key category, producing the leaders of tomorrow. U of T, yeah. U of T has cemented its leadership position in Canada and indeed the world. And just think of the world we're entering. You don't have to squint too hard to see that we're on the verge of transformational change powered by the latest technological advancements. The potential of new tools and technologies is enough to get anyone excited. And this school has prepared you for what lies ahead. Not only does the U of T recognize and acknowledge the potential of AI, having launched the Acceleration Consortium back in 2001 to use AI to accelerate design and discovery of advanced materials that may one day revolutionize a range of industries from renewable energy to communication technology and biomedicine. And of course, all of you are far ahead of most when it comes to AI adoption. Now, we know that because looking at some other universities, we always see a little spike in the use of ChatGPT right before exams. Now, that's not because it doesn't apply to anyone in this room, of course. Now, just think about Vic for a moment. Recognizing the direction this world was heading, it had the foresight to appoint Dr. Rhonda McEwen, President and Vice Chancellor, 2 years ago. With her background as an expert in digital media, communication, and technology, Dr. McEwen was an inspired choice for the role, and she's shaping the student experience with the future in mind. And Vic has recently launched a new research center, the Center for Creativity, to bring almost 2 centuries of interdisciplinary expertise to bear on the complex issues of our time. I commend Vic for being prescient as it prepares its graduates for a rapidly changing world. Now, I've talked a bit about education you received, but perhaps just as important as those are the skills that you've honed and the attributes that you've developed. You have all nurtured your intellectual curiosity, the critical thinking skills that you've developed, and the resilience that you have demonstrated. These are essential skills for success. And if I may, I'd encourage you to combine these skills with empathy. As fellow Vic grads, I know that you all share with me a sense of understanding the feelings of others. Personally, I've always felt that putting yourself in someone else's shoes helps broaden your perspective. It helps build understanding, both in life and in business. Of course, my world is Bay Street, and it's got a reputation for being cutthroat and cold-hearted. But in my experience, the most successful people in my industry are those who are most empathetic. And sitting as I do on a variety of boards, I can tell you that empathy is one of the top qualities that I look for in assessing leadership candidates. So on top of receiving a great education here at U of T, you've honed the skills and quality needed to not just succeed, but also to lead. And that's an important part of why I believe you should be really optimistic about what lies ahead. But it's certainly not the only reason. I believe that it's a very exciting time to be graduating. And it's because of all the change that's occurring around us. You see, change brings opportunity. And each of you has an immense opportunity in front of you to capitalize on it. By leveraging your tech savvy, your AI skills and familiarity, your curiosity and critical thinking, you're very well equipped to seize these opportunities. Amid all the change that we're seeing, there's an opportunity for each and every one of you to leverage the latest tools and innovations to become innovators yourselves. Way back in 1937, Dr. Albert Szent-Györgyi, Nobel Prize-winning biochemist, said, "Innovation is seeing what everyone else sees and thinking what no one else has thought." Just think of that. His words ring as true today as they did back then, and perhaps even more so. With those words and the spirit of Vic's new Center for Creativity in mind, I say, go and be innovators. Whether you're going to the not-for-profit sector, or maybe you're becoming an educator, or heaven forbid you want to come onto Bay Street, you have the ability and tools to innovate. So challenge the status quo, think differently, and act boldly. But I'll remind you that the path to success is never a straight line, which is why the resilience that you've developed is just so important. Don't fear failure. Learn from it. Turn it into a step toward success. Embrace change. Adapt. Build your understanding and lead with empathy. Maintain your sense of optimism, and I have no doubt you'll go on to do great things in this world. Now, in doing those great things, I encourage you to focus on making an impact. I've always believed that true wealth lies not in the accumulation of possessions and things, but in the richness of one's heart and the impact that one makes in the world. In her book, Intentional Leadership, U of T's esteemed Chancellor, Rose Patton, who also teaches the Rotman School of Business and lectures the top leadership in the Canadian Forces, she says her first question to her pupils is, what impact have you had, and not what have you done? Focus on the impact as opposed to the actions, Dr. Patton writes. I often think about this and apply it to myself. I'm humbled and grateful to be in a position today to be able to give back to my community in a meaningful way. And I'm proud to support the causes that are near and dear to my heart, from helping to create better healthcare outcomes, to better serving those who serve us and our country, and enhancing the student experience here at the University of Toronto. I'm following Dr. Patton's path by focusing on impact, and I find it deeply rewarding. And I encourage all of you to think about how you can give back, perhaps later on as you get on in your careers, but even right now there are things that you can do and share your expertise, all the great leadership skills and all the other points that you've developed. And whether it's through work or outside of work as leaders, you have the ability to affect change and make an impact on the lives of others. And like me, I know you'll also find that giving back and making an impact is its own reward. To you, the graduates, I spent much of my time here offering reasons to be optimistic about the future. And these aren't just Pollyanna musings. They are based on the world-class education that you've received, the skills that you continue to hone, the opportunities around us that bring change, and the opportunity you have as leaders to effect change and make an impact. If I can leave you with just a parting thought, I urge you to recognize that you are equipped with the tools, knowledge, and wisdom to build bridges to a future filled with the promise of progress. As I said at the outset, you are recognized as the future leaders of this great country. As you step from these halls, carry with you not just the memories of what was, but the vision of what can be. Push the boundaries, advance your disciplines, seize the opportunities to address the needs that you're seeing in the marketplace and in society. Make a living, of course, but also make your mark with purpose and passion. And let your legacy be defined by the lives that you touch and the positive change that you create. So as I wrap up, I say congratulations to the class of 2024 for getting this far in your journey. And what awaits you now is a future that's not only in your hands, it's also yours to create. I wish you all the very, very best. Congratulations again.